Okay, here's a quick refresher on how to create a texture painting in ArtRage. So first thing you're going to do is do File, New Painting, and I'm going to save this one because I've been working on this one a little bit. So it's going to ask me where do I want to save it. Remember, we're going to call it Texture. I'm going to call this Texture 2 because I've already done one. And notice that I'm in my folder, Miss Fry, and I'm going to hit Save. Okay, so I'm going to go File, New Painting, and now what I want you to do is just check the settings. If you've already done a texture painting, you may already have the settings, but just click on the Print Size tab, and then see the width is 10 inches, the height is 10 inches, and the pixels per inch is 150. So those are the settings. Down here you can choose whatever canvas you like. You can play around with all the different ones. There's a lot to play with. I'm interested in trying out some of these. So I'm going to hit OK with the pitted metal, and now I'm ready to start creating my texture painting. I like to zoom out so I can see the whole square because we want to fill the entire square with whatever we're painting. It feels like 50% is too big, so I'm going to do like, I don't know, maybe 40%. Yeah, that's good. So now I can see the entire painting. So now I can start painting. I can use any of the tools that I want. Maybe this time I'm going to try, there's a really fun one called the Gloop pen. And I don't know if you guys have tried this one yet, but this is a really fun one. So let's see, I'm going to pick a color over here, and then I'm going to make my tool bigger, and then I'm going to start clicking. And you can start seeing it's making this sort of like, it's like ink that kind of gets watered down, but you can also play with the settings over here. There's a lot of things you can play with. You can change the opacity, which means how transparent it is. And so I can make it more transparent like that, so I can see more of the background here. I can also change the fill opacity to less and the outer blur to more. There's a lot of settings here. You can see that. So I'm playing around with that, and again, you can click here and type a larger size for your tool. So I'm going to make it like 300% so I can fill this a little bit faster. Because remember, you're supposed to fill the entire square all the way up to the edge with various texture tools. Now, you might notice a little slowdown here. Sometimes some of these tools, like the Gloop pen, take a lot of processing on the part of the computer. So you're going to feel like right now I'm getting a little bit of slowness happening, and that's normal, so don't worry about that too much. I'm going to keep going here. Okay, so you can see that I filled the entire square with the green. Now I've selected a little bit different color because I want to layer in a little bit more of a different color here. And again, I can just play around with this. Just adds a little bit more variety. That's all. It's not required, but it's definitely something nice to, I'm going to just increase the pressure a little bit here. Just something nice to give it a little more variation other than just the green. So it looks, it's starting to look very cool, like a watercolor kind of painting, but it has a lot of kind of texture, like where you can touch it. You feel like you could touch it, and it would maybe feel like something, or at the very least it looks like something very nice from a visual standpoint. Has a lot of interesting areas to look at, etc. So I'm going to just do a little bit more of this, and then alright, so let's say that I feel like I'm finished with this particular painting. What I'm going to do is go up to File, and I'm going to click Save Painting, and notice now I have texture number 3. This is my third one, and I'm going to click, make sure I'm in Miss Fry, which I am. I'm hitting Save. Now remember that the other thing that you have to do is export this painting as a JPEG. We're going to need that for later on when we do the next step of this project. So what I would like you to do after you save the painting is do File, Export Image File, and you can leave the same name, Texture 3. You want it to be in the JPEG, the JPEG format, and you want it to be in your same folder. And it's as easy as that, and then you're going to do File, New Painting. So when I go back, this is something that comes up for several people, has come up for several people. When I selected a canvas that had a dark background, if I go back now and I pick a different one, let's say like the art paper, and I've selected the sandy paper. Now, notice that dark color is still there, and that's kind of a thing that's annoying. So I'm going to actually show you how to get rid of it. So I'm going to click on this button and click on Canvas Settings. Under Canvas Settings, I want you to go to Pattern. There's a little tab right here. And I want you to take the pattern and just turn it, the opacity, all the way to 0, and what that does is it makes it see-through. So now you're back to having a canvas that is just more textured. And that is how you create a texture painting. So I want to make sure that you had all those steps down so that you know what to do. Remember, you can also use layers to create interesting textures, and there's really no limit to how many textures you can create or different designs. So have fun with it.